Hello, welcome to Where's My Hat podcast. This is episode 11. I'm your producer, Branden, at Equip Music. Thank you guys for joining us. This episode, we're going to do something a little different. I was going to try and ask a few questions to the girls, Stacey and Kay, of course, the hosts of this fine podcast. And we're going to hopefully get some cool answers from them. Let's go!
Hi, Stacey.
Hello, Kristen Stewart.
How are you?
I'm all right.
Good. Did you have a good day today?
Yep.
That's good.
Yeah.
No, don't ask me how my day was.
I wasn't going to.
I didn't think so.
I don't really care.
Yeah, I get that. I didn't care about your day either.
Yeah. That's why I didn't give you any details.
Yeah, because I wouldn't pay attention anyways.
Can I just say something?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you guys talk so quietly at the beginning?
I don't know.
You guys are like, yeah, I'm going to make this hard on the producer, like.
I'm not meaning to.
Are you tired from staying up all last night doing stand-up?
I was the only one that did stand-up.
Are you tired from being there with her?
I wasn't.
No, we weren't together.
Good.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I meant good like you're tired, but sarcastically, I guess.
Okay.
This isn't working.
This is funny.
Well, I do have to go to the bathroom, so I'm going to go do that.
All right.
I'll leave you alone for a little bit.
Are you going to come back?
Yeah.
Are you going to talk more on the pod?
I mean...
If you want to, you can.
Is mine on, by the way? Yes,
yeah, it is.
Yeah, yours is on.
All right, good.
Unfortunately for the listeners, it's on.
Oh, that was mean.
No, it's mean, but I think they all know I'm kidding. And they love you guys.
I hope so.
I mean, first 2 weeks. I want to give a shout out to the listeners, too. I mean, 800 views in 2 weeks is nothing to sneeze at. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
I feel good about it.
I feel good about it.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. And then coming back to listen some more. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And please like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you're into, what you're not into. Tell us if we're making a fool of ourselves. Tell us what you like, because we're definitely doing this for you guys.
Yeah, what she said.
That's
Shout
not
out
true.
to
I'm doing it for myself.
my sister getting married too in December. Bethany and Steven are getting married.
Who?
I'll be at the wedding. So shout out if you're listening to this.
Who's getting married?
Bethany.
Who's Bethany?
And Steven.
Who's
my
Steven?
sister. Those are people that live in the world. Anyway, I don't want to get too specific, but if you're listening, what's up? Anyway, all right, I'm going to go do some stuff. Very important stuff.
Like pee?
Stuff that can't be done right here. And
Yeah,
then
don't pee
I'll be
here.
back at some point, though.
You
I'll
could
let you
be here
too.
if you wanted to. I mean, it's your house.
I mean, I know. I could. You're right.
Just
Thank
mark
you.
your territory all over the place.
I'm not going to pee
on the
here.
kids' stuff.
It's just, yeah, it'd be
Let
super,
them know.
Be super inconvenient for me later.
Yeah, because it would be you that'd be cleaning it up.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, I could take a shit on the floor. You wouldn't even, you'd be like, I'm just going to live with it. I guess that's my life now.
That's right.
You and cleaning up don't mix.
Oh, it's okay, Branden. I think that you need to go to the bathroom, don't you?
Yeah, I'll let you two get at it. Sorry. Anyway, speak up a little, you hooligans.
Okay, thank you. He was being mean to you, so I kicked him out. Do you like that?
I'm used to it.
All right.
We were talking about Girl Scouts.
Yeah, we did have a conversation about that in the episode that you accidentally deleted. Sorry. I mean, I'm being mean to you. Since Branden left, I have to take his spot.
You're his villain?
Yeah, I'm his villain.
Yeah, you're his second best. So, yeah, Girl Scouts. I was in Girl Scouts for a little bit. I was a brownie.
Me too.
Did you want to be in Girl Scouts?
No.
Me neither. I thought Girl Scouts would be really cool because I've heard of Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
And then you do like camping and you learn how to like tie knots. And like if you made so much money, you could go on like this really cool ski trip and stuff. And I was like, all right, I could do that. And I go into Girl Scouts and it was only like macaroni art and
No ski trips.
no ski trips.
Were there any kind of trips?
No.
Mm-hmm.
It was quite frustrating. And like I didn't even want to join it to begin with. There's just a bunch of friends of mine who said you should really do this. They'd like chase me around, tell me, you know, be in our club.
You had friends?
I did have friends.
I did not have friends at that age that were in Girl Scouts.
You didn't have friends?
Not in Girl Scouts.
Oh.
Or in dance. I was also forced to be in dance as a child.
Like what kind of dance?
Like tap and ballet.
You were in ballet?
And jazz.
And jazz?
Yeah.
Do you remember any of it?
No.
Oh.
Those were like some of the worst days of my life.
Were they?
Yeah.
That sounds like a soap opera.
Yeah.
That sucks.
It could be a soap opera about it. Like a child being like a tiny lesbian child being forced to do girly things with girls that do not accept them. Yeah.
What would you call it?
The worst days of my life.
The worst days of your life.
Yeah. Like how kind of I said before, and you said that sounded like a soap opera.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
So, your parents put you in Girl Scouts then?
My grandmother.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice of her to at least get you acclimated in something.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, like, yeah, she definitely didn't do anything wrong. It wasn't her fault that I didn't get along with anyone and no one liked me.
Nobody liked you in any of those?
No.
Really? Oh. I was only in Girl Scouts. Like, my sister was in a lot of different things. Like, she was in, like, Irish jig, gymnastics, and, like, something else. She did a lot of extracurricular activities at a young age.
Irish jig was a extracurricular activity.
Yeah. I lived in a really cool, like, place where, like, the recreational department, Parks and Rec or whatever it was, would have all these cool like classes and stuff for kids. And one of them was Irish jig, tap dancing, sailing. I learned how to sail through that. It was pretty cool stuff.
Like, when was that when you got your license?
Yeah.
Sailing. How old were you?
I think like 13 or 14.
A 14-year-old can have a sailing license?
Yeah.
That's messed up.
I think I was that young.
I guess I had a jet ski license when I was that age.
You have to have, because I think you don't have to have a license to operate a jet ski when you're 18.
But you have to have one when you're a child?
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah. You had a jet ski?
I had 2.
Oh, man. You were one of the rich kids.
Hardly ever used them.
You must have been a terrible child for people not to want to hang out with you when you were a rich kid.
No, I was just gay and probably autistic.
Oh. You sure you're autistic? I mean, you could have just been from Iowa.
That's why I keep saying probably. That's why I always preface it with probably, because I haven't been tested. But I've just been told a lot that that's what I am, and it makes sense.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever thought about being tested?
Yeah, I want to.
Do you know how to go about it?
No.
Me neither.
Didn't you take a test for it?
Yeah, but it was like one of those tests you can take like by yourself.
Right, and that would help at least, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that. I'm not good at the internet. I'm afraid of the internet. I'm afraid of like looking things up and clicking on links because I'm afraid that I'm going to like click on something bad and get like a virus or something on my phone.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like to open a lot of stuff if I'm not sure what it is. Yeah. So if you know where I could find the test,
Yeah, I have a link I can send it to you.
That'd be cool.
Make sure you share the results.
Like with you or?
Yeah, with me and you and all your friends and
Share
everybody
the-
listening.
Share the results with myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, I mean, it takes a lot to process whatever it is that your results are, you know?
But yours said that you were not autistic, right?
Yeah. I mean, it did definitely say see a psychiatrist, but it didn't say that I was like...
Did it really?
Yeah, like you should like confer with somebody that those results are accurate.
Oh, I thought it meant like
It's like definite.
you're not autistic, but there's definitely something wrong with you. I thought that's what you meant.
Yeah, I mean there is, but I don't think it's autism.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Who knows?
Yeah.
So,
when I was I don't know if it was Girl Scouts. I think it was when I was in band, maybe.
you were in band?
Yeah, I was bad at that too.
What instrument did you play?
Guess.
I would say the flute. It was the flute.
Yeah. Definitely not my choice.
Who chose that?
My mouth, I guess, because they test your mouth for the right instrument, and then that's what they said that I could do. But
They tested my mouth too.
for
instruments.
oh, okay, what did you play?
The drums.
Because your mouth couldn't play any instruments.
Nope.
But you could keep beat.
Yeah, I can keep a rhythm.
I wanted to be in percussion, but I can't keep a beat. And I failed band and got kicked out.
Yeah, I also got kicked out of band.
Nice. What about choir? Were you in choir?
No. Why you seem so disappointed?
I don't know. I just don't have that common ground with you then, because I was in choir and I also got kicked out of that too.
Why'd you get kicked out of choir?
Because I sucked at it.
Oh.
Well, at my school, like, they really took, like, music seriously, like music competitions and stuff. And so if you weren't a good performer, then you couldn't do it.
Oh, that sucks. You know, they do that here, too, in Fort Wayne. They take band very seriously.
I mean, maybe it's everywhere, but, like, just they all act like they're the best ones and they're so special, you know?
Mm-hmm. I was a thespian.
My dad used to joke with me about that.
About being a thespian?
Yeah, he used to call me a thespian, like, because he knew I was gay. But, like, I wasn't, like, in theater or anything. That's just, like, what he called me.
Oh.
Because it kind of sounds like lesbian.
It does a little bit.
Yeah.
Just like pianist sounds like penis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Branden's a classically trained pianist, and I'm a thespian.
Okay, cool. But I was totally going to say something else, though.
Sorry.
It's okay. No, I think it was when I was in band, like, we had to sell fruit and cheese, like, door to door. Like, we had to, like how in Girl Scouts, like, you're supposed to sell Girl Scout cookies. But yeah, so it was like that. And so I just, like, tried to sell to people in my neighborhood. Like, you know, I just go by myself and do that. And I was probably, like, 13, which, like, looking back, knowing what I know now about, like, rapists and serial killers, I don't understand why they have children do that kind of stuff, you know, because that's really dangerous. And there was this one guy that I was really creeped out by, who lived in my neighborhood. I mean, I didn't know him. I didn't, like, when I knocked on the door, I didn't know that it was going to be him that answered. I didn't, you know, it was just a guy that lived in this house that I tried to sell to. And, he did actually buy stuff, but, yeah, like, he opened the door and he had, like, a long, like, gray ponytail and, like, really fucked up teeth. And he was just, like, a really creepy looking dude. And he was, like, overly friendly. And he asked me to come inside.
Oh.
And I did, because I didn't, like, know any better. Like, my gut was like, this is a bad situation. But also I was like, I have to sell this stuff.
Oh my God.
And so I went into his house and, yeah, he was perfectly nice and friendly and he bought some stuff. But his house was like entirely covered in like lizard decorations.
Sounds like a cool dude, really.
It really does, but like I was freaked out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it definitely was like a false alarm, but the lizards were like super weird. It was cool, but it was like
So like homemade lizard stuff?
I don't remember. I just remember it was just lizards everywhere.
Did he have a pet lizard?
Possibly, but I didn't like notice that. I was like preoccupied trying not to get murdered.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks. You could have really made a good friend.
A 13-year-old girl and like a 60-year-old man with a bunch of lizard decorations.
Yeah.
It sounds like a good, healthy friendship.
Yeah, he could have, like, bought you alcohol when you were old enough and stuff,
I mean, I just stole out of my grandparents' liquor cabinets.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did they have a lot of alcohol?
Oh, yeah. They didn't care. I mean, like, I'm sure they noticed, but they just didn't care,
You didn't, like, try and water it down or anything?
He did, because they would have, like, a line. Like, they would draw a line to, like, where the level was, and so then I would have to, like, put water in it back to the fill line. But, I mean, like, I'm sure they knew,
My family would put all the liquor in the freezer, so they would know that if you watered it down and it froze, that's how that I was drinking. So I was like, fuck it, they're just gonna know, and I just started drinking anyways and waited for them to find out.
Wow.
So
then what happened?
they never noticed because they were always drunk. Well, they weren't always drunk. That's not true. But they wouldn't notice because they were drinking themselves, so they just assumed that they drank it all.
So you didn't, like, fill it?
No.
Oh, you just drank it.
Yeah.
Put it back. Okay, I see. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I would just drink the clear stuff, like rum and whatever, and put water in it. They never said anything.
You don't think they noticed?
I think they did notice, but they just didn't say anything. Like, one time, I was at my friend Maddie's house, and, like, I had spent the night, and then, like, in the morning, we waked and baked, because we were cool. And then I, like, drove home. I went home, and when I got in the door, my grandma's cell phone was ringing, and I answered it, and it was my aunt. And my grandpa was, like, standing, like, looking at me, and just, like had this, like, weird smile on his face, like he knew that I was high as fuck. And he didn't say anything.
Man.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Dude, when I was a kid, I'd get in trouble all the time for, like, smoking weed and stuff. But, like, I would smoke weed for a while. And one time my mom found something, and she's like, hey, I need to talk to you. And I was like, okay. And I was like 14. I've been smoking weed and drinking since I was like 12. And she's like, hey, I just want to let you know that, when I was a kid, I was a bit of a rebel rouser. And I see this pack of cigarettes. And I get it. You just want to be cool. You just want to fit in. But it's not okay. You can't be smoking. And I was just like, yeah, Mom, I really appreciate it. I'm going to try and turn a new leaf and stuff like that. But I was like high while she was saying it. Like, I just had like a little bit of the after effects, Yeah. But like, I just felt bad because she really didn't know how deep I was in at that point. So she's like one of the nicest, calmest people you'll ever meet. Like, she's never smoked weed ever in her life. I think the most that she's ever done was like get pregnant at a young age. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were way worse as a kid than I was, I can tell, just by your story.
Yeah, I mean, we all have our thing,
That was pretty good. Yeah.
No, I mean, maybe. I don't know. I actually don't know much about your childhood. Other than the Cliff Notes. And what we had just talked about the past 15 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. That's about it.
Yeah.
Not really much else to add.
All right.
I was a good kid. I was gay. No one liked me.
Is that the same in high school too? Like no one liked you then either?
I mean, I've always had friends, but just not like in like the extracurricular activities that I was forced to do. Plus, I like lived on like so there was like a lake in my town, basically separating it into two parts, and I lived on like the rich people side, and all of my friends lived on the other side,
Mm-mm.
and so I was always like really separated from like, you know, actually hanging out with other kids and like doing normal stuff like most of the time. You know, I was just in my little rich kid house by myself, all alone,
It sounds so sad.
watching TV, riding my jet ski.
You sound like Richie Rich. I feel so bad for you.
Yeah.
Actually, that sounds like how my brother is. He lives in a nice, wealthy home on a lake with a jet ski and boats and stuff, playing Roblox and just hanging out by himself.
It's very lonely.
Yeah. What can you do?
But that's why I am the way I am now. Like, I'm just really social and like broke.
Yeah.
Because I care more about other things than money.
Yeah, you're definitely broke.
Okay. I don't know why you said it like that.
Like what?
Like an innuendo.
Of what?
It's just the look on your face. I don't know. I don't get it.
There is no look.
Well, then why'd you say it like that?
I just said it. I'm sorry. It just came out. Like, I don't think before I speak half the time. Did you notice that? Have you noticed that?
No, because I'm usually not listening when you talk.
That makes sense.
You know.
I think that's why I say whatever I want to say. Because most of the time, most people don't listen.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of nice. Like, I get away with a lot.
Yeah.
But I gotta be careful because now everything's recorded and I'm kind of nervous about it.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I gotta stop talking about weird things like, I don't know.
Being molested.
Yeah, pedophilia, molestation.
How racist you are.
How racist I am.
Yeah, it was a joke. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I'm probably more racist than you, but, you know, not in like a bad way.
Speaking of racism, hey Branden, what are you up to?
Oh, hey. What's going on?
Not much.
I'm posting a reel on my at Equip Music Instagram page.
Tell me more about Equip Music.
Oh, well, I'm just kind of putting myself out there a little more and getting more, I don't know, silly videos and musical ideas. And there's some full songs on there. Trying to make it a thing, you know? And producing this podcast, I think, is part of that. And I guess, yeah, right now it's a reel about how I took a friend's song idea that he recorded on his phone on the way out to his car after work, you know, and it was just like a kind of low quality thing and turned it into like a full song. So there's a little clip of the original thing he sent me and then like when he came and re-recorded the vocals. So it's kind of cool. But I'm just trying to upload that. Like 8 to 10 on Monday's a good time from what I heard to upload reels. But there's lots of other better times probably too, but I just really want to get it out there. So I'm doing that. I posted a thing on the Where's My Hat page today too. It's the one where you guys have the hat up in front of your face. Mm-hmm. Not the same one from Facebook. You're like looking at the camera in this one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. And
I just put like a little thank you to the listeners. So I feel like we need to post on there a little more.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm trying to get good at social media. It's like a whole thing, man. It's a lot of work.
You can always like task me with something, you know.
And feel free to upload, you know, like whatever you guys, like Kristen did. I think I edited your typos and stuff, but I left the post the same.
Oh, thanks.
So I'll be on it. I check it all the time.
Was there a lot of typos?
It was like, you know, when you type stuff on your phone and it autocorrects a word the wrong way. It was like hour and it said out instead of hour. It was like, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
It was like Look It Out podcast or something like that. but now it says,
Is there typos on my Facebook page?
yeah, in your About Me section.
Oh,
There's a
wait,
typo.
which one? My personal one
The
or my
K
professional
Banks one.
one? Okay.
I don't know about I don't think the personal one has any glaring typos that I noticed.
Yeah, I need to take a look at that.
Let's do it right now.
But I try to stay on top of that kind of thing.
Thanks.
So, I don't know.
I'm really happy that you're literate because I'm not.
Yeah, you are. You just have your dyslexic moments, I think.
Yeah, every day.
Yeah, it's okay.
Which is weird. You'd think I'd like to talk on the phone more than text, but it's not the case at all.
Texting is just kind of nice.
It is.
Yeah, I hate when people leave voicemails nowadays.
That's how I know, like, the conversation they're trying to have is serious. If they leave a voicemail, like, they have to tell me so bad that they can't wait for me to call them back.
Right.
So,
Well, that's the problem is, like, it's never that important when I get one. It's, like, something stupid. I'm like, you could have just texted me this. Or, like, if you text, they're going to get your text faster than it takes to, like, get into your voicemail, listen to it. If you have other voicemails, you got to listen to them in order. It's like, you might as well just text somebody. It's like, even if it is important, I mean, most people get a text like instantly and check their texts before they check their voicemail, I think. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Businesses still have landlines, so they still have to have voicemails. Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any typos here. The I on IDK should probably be capitalized since it's the first letter of the sentence. Also, the I on if in the second sentence, and then there should be a comma after so. But other than that, all the words are spelled correctly.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
There's I was going to say that, like, that was the other thing in the post. You didn't use proper capitalization, but that's not
It's not a big deal.
I just went back in and fixed it. And most people, I don't think, really care.
No.
I'm just OCD about the social media stuff. I try to make it all nice.
I'm glad you're in charge of the social media.
God, me too. I'm just kidding. No, that's cool. But yeah, upload. If you have a cool picture, just put it on there. We all manage it. So.
All right. That'd be nice.
But I'm getting better at making like a reel that looks cool and stuff and things like that, of that nature. Reels are where it's at. Because if it like sends out your...
Yeah, don't you have like thousands and thousands of views on your reels?
I have one. Yeah, most of them. Well, a lot of them have like 3,000 to like 7,000, but there's one in particular, classical pianist be like ... and it's like me like making fun of classical pianists basically and like their habits when they perform. And that one has like 16,000 views. So it's kind of cool. I was proud of that.
Cool.
Need to make like a follow-up or something. Yeah.
Should we answer the questions that Branden wrote for us?
Here, you want me to ask them to you?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right, here. Give me a sec. Yeah, I came up with some of those myself. Some of them I think I found online, like on a website that was like good conversation topics.
Do you like spicy food?
It depends
On?
how spicy it is, and like what it is. I don't know why.
Would you ever like try and do like peppers and punchlines?
Oh, I've done it. Like not officially, but they've had like practice runs.
How'd it go?
The first time was really fun. It was funny.
Would you do it, Kristen?
Would I?
Sorry, Kay. Would you do it? If you have to think that long about it, like
I'd be really like, yeah, I guess so. Like, is there some sort of thing I would take to alleviate it, like milk or whatever?
They provide you milk, but the thing is, if you drink the milk, then you lose.
I'm definitely gonna lose. Like that's not a contest.
you can't just kind of like push through it and then like wait till after, like, it'll probably only be like how long do they have you go up there? Like 5 minutes?
Have you remember the bomb?
I think it's 10.
Yeah, the bomb was rough. If I was in a contest, like if it was some kind of thing like that, I mean, I would just fight through it, I guess, the best I can.
Yeah, I would just like lick the floor or something to get rid of it.
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I could. I don't see why not. Whatever works. But you said you would do it, right?
I mean, if they asked me to, I would, but like I said, like I did 2 practice runs of it. The first one went okay. I did like full 5 minutes, but it was kind of frustrating because they weren't like clear on the rules, and like other people had like done 10 because like they were like, well, I can keep doing it, and then I'm like, I don't know like how we're judging this now, and I don't want to do this for another 5 minutes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I was able to do the full 5. But then the second time that I did it, I think they used something even hotter, and I only got through like 2 minutes, and I could barely talk.
I wonder how you would like react with something super hot. Like, I'm sure your face gets like all red. Do you get all sinusy or teary eyed or anything like that?
Sure.
Cool.
What's one habit you want to get rid of and one you want to keep? Let's go to Stacey first.
Okay. One habit that I want to get rid of. Ugh. I would say smoking, but that's a really personal decision, and I'm not sure that I do want to quit smoking. Oh God. I guess I'd probably be better with money, like saving money. I don't know like what habit I would break because I don't really know how to do that. Like I try, you know, I'm just really poor. One habit that I would want to keep and one that I would want to get rid of.
Yeah.
I guess habit that I would want to keep, just like feeling like I want to like do dishes and laundry.
Yeah. Like feeling like you want to live in a clean space or
That, and like just I like doing it.
mm-hmm.
You know,
It's doing dishes is there's something kind of zen about it.
yeah, and laundry, like folding laundry. It's really nice.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
What about you?
that was good. Kristen?
I feel like
What's
you
up?
want to say something about the dishes and the laundry, Branden.
I feel like that too.
Oh, no, I do them.
You don't do laundry.
Well, if I have to, I mean, for my laundry, if I want it folded, it's going to be me doing it most
Yeah.
of the time. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So, which I feel like is fine.
I don't know if you know how to use the laundry machine.
The laundry machine.
The laundry machine, yeah.
But do you?
You don't even know what it's called.
Are you talking about the washer?
Yeah, the washer and the
Yeah.
dryer.
Yeah, I know how to use them.
I've never seen you use them before.
That's because you're asleep the whole time.
No, I'm never home anymore. Yeah, I guess. A habit that I'd like to break would probably be I like to pick like my face and like my arms and stuff, and that's really bad. And it just keeps getting worse. And a habit that I like to keep is very punctual. And so that's really nice. Yeah.
You are pretty punctual. You're more punctual than me, I think.
Definitely. I most definitely am.
And you always at least say that you're going to be late.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if I'm going to be late, you're going to know, but I'm
Yeah.
going to really try hard not to be.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay. I'll give you credit for that.
Thanks.
It's good to be timely. Especially for like any important meeting or whatever. Or if it's the first time meeting someone, just being on time is definitely a really good thing to be able to do.
Mm-hmm.
Oddly enough, I'm never on time for the morning meetings where I work. So.
It's for like it's because you don't care to be.
Yeah, that's really
Yeah.
the case.
Is it mandatory?
Yeah.
Technically, I remember those. Okay, well here's a weird one, but it's kind of funny. If your pet could talk, what would their voice sound like, and what would they say to you? If your pet could talk, what would their voice sound like, and what would they say to you? Like, what would Harvey sound like, Kristen? Harvey's our cat, by the way.
Harvey is a girl, and she would sound like how she sounds now.
But how
Kind
does
of whiny.
Yeah. If maybe, is there like a famous person that you could relate their voice to?
You're talking like American accent,
Yeah.
female, in her 20s.
No, I wouldn't say in her 20s. I'd say she'd be 30s, like late 30s, kind of raspy-ish. I do think she'd be a really good singer for as loud as she is.
She'd be an alto or a soprano.
I'd say an alto.
Okay.
I think that she would say, like, feed me, pet me, give me what I want. You know, don't have that kid near me. Stuff like that.
She'd be nice about it or kind of bitchy.
She'd be very polite. I think she's a very polite animal.
I think so.
Except for when she really wants something.
She doesn't like bat or scratch at people, and she has her claws. So it's kind of like a lot of cats will do that.
She's like the best cat. She doesn't go up on counters.
Yeah.
She doesn't like go nuts, really. She'll go like run up and down the stairs sometimes. But that's it.
Zoomies.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
she's really quite a polite little beast.
Okay, same question to you, Stacey.
My cat, I think she would probably, if she were a human, I think that my cat would be Anne Hathaway.
What's your cat's name again?
Hilarity.
Hilarity.
Yeah. But I think like she would also really be sad a lot, like, you know, just always ask me like, how come I'm not around enough? Like, why am I so neglectful? Like, you know, she misses me. And
Hilarelli sounds Italian to me for some reason.
it's like Hitler plus Ellie.
Hitler plus Ellie. Hitlerelli.
Yeah. Like, or like Cinderella, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right. What's the best meal you've ever had, Stacey? You think you can think? For me, it's hard to even think of like the best meal I've ever had, but I have that written down over here.
Salmon loaf with cream pea sauce.
Cream pea sauce.
Yeah, it's like a white cream with peas in it.
Okay. That's the best like meal you've ever had. Like you make you scoop some of that
yeah,
out on
I'm
a plate.
serious. My
All
grandma
right.
used to make it.
Oh, okay. So it's like homemade.
Yeah.
All right. What about you, Kristen? Do you have like a favorite food or a favorite meal that you've had at one time that you're like, that restaurant was the best?
No, but I can't think about like I never had meatloaf, like regular beef meatloaf, until I met my aunt, and I was like adamant about not having it because I've always hated meatloaf the way that other people made it. But when she made it, it was delicious. Like, it was the best I've ever had. So I'd say maybe meatloaf.
Meatloaf's fire, dude. My mom used to make that all the time for us. It's like an easy meal that because there's 4 kids counting me, so easy to. And then I've made it too. Like, meatloaf's fun to make.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot to eat. It's kind of cheap to make. It's really nice.
It's filling. You can make a sandwich out of it.
Yeah,
so good.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's crazy. So like your mom used to make it, and you told me before, I don't know, that your mom wasn't that good of a chef.
No, she wasn't really good at cooking things.
And she made it with, what did she make it with?
Turkey. It was always turkey meatloaf, and it was always dry.
So she just didn't eat beef, or what was the deal there?
You know, there was no beef or pork in the home. Like, it was always chicken and turkey.
Well, okay. If there was no chicken, I'd be like, what the heck? Because chicken's like, if I had to eat one meat, I mean, it's hard because I love steak, but chicken is a staple for me for sure.
Yeah, I love chicken and fish. Like, and I
Fish
never
too.
ate fish growing up either. Like, I didn't really try fish until I was like in my 20s.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy. You live in like near the Great Lakes and you just haven't.
No.
Wait, you didn't eat fish at all until you were in your 20s?
Right.
Like,
That's
not even like
nuts.
fish sticks? Like frozen fish sticks?
No.
Nothing.
Nothing. We'd eat like
Sushi? Nothing?
no.
Wow.
It's weird.
That is weird. That's crazy.
Yeah, like I would eat beef and pork at my dad's house. Like, we'd always eat pork chops and hamburgers and stuff. But at my mom's, it was always like barbecue chicken. That's pretty much it. Like, that's what she would make. It was barbecue chicken, macaroni and cheese, and cheesy broccoli. That was like the
Nice.
meal we'd have throughout the week.
Everyone else loves cheesy broccoli. I'm not a huge fan of broccoli like that.
Like steamed broccoli?
Steamed broccoli, it's okay. I don't really need the cheesy broccoli, you know. I don't really. I'll eat broccoli like when it's mixed in like with rice and other veggies and stuff. I don't go out of my way for broccoli, but
Oh, she would also make tofu stir fry, which was really good. That was really good.
I like tofu.
I haven't had it since I was like probably like 12 or 13. Well, I was probably like 15 or 16. But I was a vegetarian for like a year, and so I really got used to eating tofu.
Nice. I think being a vegetarian just seems kind of boring, you know?
Yeah, it was summertime when I decided to eat meat because I smelled hamburgers, and I was like, I need that. That's delicious. That sounds great. So, and I didn't regret it. Like, even though, like, afterwards, everything was kind of gross, and my stomach hurt, it was definitely worth it to me.
Cool. If you fart in public and someone smells it, do you blame other people and say it wasn't you, or just own up to it?
Dude, I would totally own up to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was me. You both would.
Yeah, like
Me too.
the rancor it is, the more proud I am. You know?
Although it's funny if someone else is near you and everyone thinks it's them.
Yeah, if someone else like really was blaming it on another
Yeah.
person, I might not say
You'd
anything.
just be like, ha, yeah, you're gross. You know,
Yeah.
That's kind of funny too.
That's actually kind of mean, though.
Yeah,
I think I'd probably
especially
own
if they're
it.
embarrassed. You know,
I would own it. I would be like, no, it was me. It wasn't them. Don't blame them.
it sounds like a silly question, but I feel like you can tell a lot about a person by that one. Really.
Yeah.
Is a potato? Would you consider potato to be a vegetable? Go ahead, Stacey.
I think no, right? Because isn't it on the food pyramid and with like the bread and shit?
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first of all, I don't think they still use that food pyramid.
It's a root.
It's a root vegetable.
Oh.
Technically, it's classified as a vegetable according to my research. Kristen's told me countless times I'm wrong, but it's a starchy vegetable, and it's not necessarily like a healthy. It's not like a green vegetable. It's
It has
a little
no
different.
nutrients to it. It's just carb.
It's a staple of food, though. Like there's cultures that would have completely died out without it, and the Irish potato famine, like that hit them hard when that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's such an easy food to grow, and it's sticks
filling.
with you. It's filling, right?
You know, there's more people of Irish descent in America than there is in Ireland
Really?
because of the famine.
I heard that the Polish people like came in and made all Irish people a little better, bit better looking. Excuse me. I was listening to another podcast. I won't name. what
Like
it was,
less
but
white and freckly?
yeah, like
The Polish people made
Polish, I
them
guess, yeah. these tall Polish people or whatever.
Hmm.
Huh.
I like leprechauns, whatever.
Well, and there's not that many, like you said. Like Conan O'Brien's like 100% Irish, I guess.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, like 100, almost 100. Like he went and did his ancestry thing, and he found that out.
He's not that
And he said even
handsome.
people in Ireland aren't that Irish.
He was really quite a good-looking gentleman when he was younger, I think.
I guess he's had work done and it didn't pan out well.
I don't know. I think he's a little like tall and gangly and awkward, but he's also good looking.
It's kind of like my type, though, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do I look like that?
Not tall or gangly. A little awkward looking, though.
And according to you, I have red hair.
You do have red hair.
Yeah. Okay, it's funny that she says that. Let's talk about that. Do you think you have red hair, Stacey?
I think it has red undertones, but
mainly like brown.
I would call it like a light brown.
Okay. And what would you say your hair color is, Kristen?
Like a brown, I guess you could say like a blondish brown, but mainly just brown at this point.
Okay, so when you look at the picture, this is for the audience. If you check out photos of them and you put it side by side, I could probably Photoshop one of their hair onto the other person, and you wouldn't even. I mean, it's like the exact same color.
Yeah.
So the lighting in that was very different.
I'm looking at you both right now.
We have the same color.
Brown. I mean, it's really close. I mean, no one.
Yeah,
has
but you're not
exactly
really
the
good
same.
at seeing things.
I don't know.
Like
what
if I
that
got a
means.
haircut today, you wouldn't even notice.
I
Like
think-
if I went buzzed, you
I
wouldn't.
notice
even
every
notice.
time.
No,
Yeah,
no.
dude.
You noticed 3 times out of the 6 times I had a haircut since we've known each other.
if there was a contest about people that notice stuff, I would win that contest because I notice things.
Yeah. I don't even think you would notice that there was a contest going on half the time.
Well, I don't know what to say to that.
Next
It's a
question.
no contest.
If you were in charge of a country, Stacey, what would you do? Like, it doesn't have to be America. You can use America. King, would you be a dictator? Would you be like, yeah, do whatever you want? And be like, I'm not even your real boss or whatever. Like, how would you do it? What's your strategy?
Well, I think obviously I would try to learn as much as I can about what's actually happening and like what I can do.
You have advisors and you have like the best people around you to like do all just like the president does now. Like he doesn't know what's going on.
Right. I would just try to make it so that people can be like as wealthy as they're able to be, like without, how so sorry, this is
Go ahead.
I'm not very smart like talking about this stuff, but like I know like in my head, you know what I mean, like concepts. But so like I was talking to Huey, or sorry, can you bleep that out? The little boy that I live with.
Sure.
I was talking to the other day and telling him about how last year I was 2 days late on getting my car registration renewed, and I got pulled over by a cop and he fined me $100. And then I had to go renew my registration, and it was $275. And if I hadn't have been able to afford that, like plus the ticket, then I would have just kept getting ticketed. And like that's kind of, something that they do to keep poor people poorer.
Oh, for sure.
And like that type of thing, I would definitely like create better laws about, like, or at least like lower the prices on all of those things,
Yeah,
and
that's like, yeah, they do that.
Yeah, and obviously like pass as many laws as I can about like human rights, like make gay marriage okay, and like
isn't it
universal health care,
okay,
like that type of stuff.
I thought gay marriage was legal now everywhere, or is it only certain states?
They're trying to get rid of it again. I don't know.
The Supreme Court's trying to retract that.
Yeah.
How do you even retract? That's crazy.
They're the Supreme Court. They're the one that made the law. They can take it away.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they can't without a bunch of legislation and a bunch of a lot of people have to vote on it and figure out that in the House of Representatives.
Nope.
Usually.
And they're all Republican anyways, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
Because they retract abortion just like that.
Wow.
Basically, I would just try to do what's best for everybody, like, without having like biases. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that's a good answer.
Yeah.
What about you, Kristen?
Well, all my followers would get thousands of dollars and plenty of wealth.
Followers? So you have followers?
Like Trump?
Yeah. So I'd get all the people that were like for me. I would support them in any way possible.
Hey, at least Trump gave money to everyone.
He did give money to everyone.
Yeah, he was all about
a great president.
The stimulus. Yeah.
He was like,
I'm uncomfortable.
out of all the presidents that I can know, he seemed all right.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's
Trump
also the reason that abortions are having all kinds of trouble, and why gay people might not be able to get married eventually.
Yeah,
because of the people that he.
What a dude!
God,
I don't know what our listeners are gonna think of you, honestly.
So you have your follower, like the people that voted for you are your followers, I'm assuming.
Yeah, whoever like put me into power, I would thank them with lavish gifts and whatnot.
And then what would you do though? You're in power, like they're coming to you with decisions.
Oh, I wouldn't.
Or would you change anything? If we're talking America right now, so would you change anything then?
I wouldn't.
Or would you try to do something different?
About what?
Just in general, like than the last president, I suppose. I don't know. Nothing particular, but.
Dude, America is great. Like, what's there to change?
Yeah, Trump already made it great again. I forgot.
Yeah, dude.
We're just kidding. Stacey. It's all right.
Are you uncomfortable right now?
I don't
She's
know
about to-
you that well, and you keep saying these things. I feel like you are joking, but also it's like you haven't really said much that is like reassuring that you're not like that you don't believe that.
This is political radio. I'm
Like
your host.
if you want to talk, I mean, in legitimate
Yeah.
ways, if you want to talk about politics, I'll be happy to talk to you about it off the pod.
Okay. Why off the pod? Why are you so worried about what people think of your beliefs?
Because it's none of their business.
Who are you trying to have be on your side?
Nobody.
It's good to stay away from politics. I just meant more like, I don't know, like, would you just try to make it like universal basic income or something where everyone just gets
No.
a certain amount of money and then, you get...
No,
you-
I want to
or-
go back
or
to
I don't know. I don't even know
hunter-gatherer
totally. I don't know enough
type
about
mentality, like dog eat dog world. Let's do it.
Yeah, I didn't mean to get too political with it. I just... Yeah.
Like murder should be legal. Like that would be in my...
That'd be in your thing?
Yeah, well, like the purge. Let's just do that 365.
Just do that.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. It'd be like Mad Max.
Yeah, I think like the world will sort itself out through my country because it would be a great country.
I'm so not drunk enough for this conversation.
Well, did you guys know, this is more of a fun fact than a question, but the gray whale population off the western U.S. is continuing to decline.
Every population of any sort of wild species is declining.
I don't know.
We're in the greatest extinction rate recorded that
I
they can find.
That's probably... I mean, rats are doing okay in New York.
Anything that's surviving off humans is living and thriving. Everything else is dying slowly.
I think rats and cockroaches are probably going to be the last ones left.
Yeah, for sure. They're just the most adaptable. I don't know why it's declining. I just found that out today, and it's interesting. I don't know if there's whale hunting going on out there.
One theory is that orca whales are having less to eat. So they are going outside their food chain and trying to eat other things.
That's crazy, really.
Yeah, orca whales are the apex predators of the sea.
Mm-hmm. That's why they call them killer whales.
Is that why they call them killer whales?
That's what I thought.
Oh.
I could be wrong. Also, I heard nuclear Armageddon is supposedly at the highest risk since 1962 because of everything going on with Russia and Ukraine. So that's pretty crazy to think about.
I'm pretty excited about it.
It's always Russia. Like in the 60s, it was...
Well,
Russia
that's
also.
our common foe. Like, that's like...
Mm-hmm.
Can we talk about something other than politics?
Yeah, it's not really politics. I'm just saying, like,
That's world
we're all
politics.
gonna die.
That's
what
very literally world politics.
Can I actually interject something?
Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Is there like something that happened in your past that makes you not want to talk about your political views?
No, I'm very adamant about my political views. I just don't feel like I want as many listeners as possible.
So you don't want to alienate any people who like
Yeah.
are like conservative.
Yeah, like because everybody has their beliefs and they have those beliefs for a reason and they've come to conclusion for what they think. And I feel like no matter what, I feel like I should respect those beliefs.
I don't think it's no matter what. I think it's like worth having an open mind and a conversation.
Absolutely. I
But I
love
don't
having
think
an
it's-
open mind and conversation.
But I don't think it's no matter what. You know what I mean?
I feel like I should respect whatever it is that you believe, even if it is different than mine.
Right. But I feel like there are people who are wrong about things.
Sure, definitely.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to
very-
respect the fact that they might feel those things because they came to that conclusion through their life experiences and
Right.
from what they've learned.
Okay.
And I'm not very like, I don't know. I feel like politics are all a bunch of crooks, and I feel like it's all kind of like, it's really kind of bullshit. And I think people are starting to see that, and not as many people are watching like the news and believing it as much as they used to, and it's kind of like coming into the light a little bit.
I hope
Here,
so.
do you mind if I change the subject a little?
Yeah.
Wait, before you go any further,
Yeah,
to
go
any
ahead.
politicians who are listening, and I know that you're thinking about listening, if you want to come on to the pod and express your views, right, left, whatever you believe in, we'd be happy to, interview you and have a discussion. Because I respect you. You've earned your spot in the political system, no matter how you got there. Nepotism or otherwise.
I don't know if I am comfortable with anything you just said.
Let's see. If you were immortal for a day, what would you do that day? If you couldn't die, so you could do whatever you want as far as like physically dying. You can't like jump off a building, drink like the most you've ever drank. Like you would still pass out from the drinking, but like you wouldn't die from it. Or like, I don't know.
Wait.
If you were immortal for one day.
Like you could jump off a building and not die?
Yeah, like no matter what you do, you can't die.
Well, could you still get like splat on the ground?
That's a good question. I'm gonna say for this, no.
Okay.
Like you'll hit the ground and you'll just like be no broken bones or
like
anything.
A cat.
Yeah, like it'll hurt. Like it'll hurt for a second. Like you'll feel like it would feel if you fell off a building for a split second, but then you'd like bounce back up and be like, all right, I'm immortal if it didn't get me.
Oof. Okay.
So then it goes away like immediately.
Well, I don't think I would jump off a building unless...
Yeah, I wouldn't either. That'd be terrifying, even if you knew you weren't going to die.
That's exactly what I would do. Like, I would wake up and be like, hey, I need to... Instead of drink some caffeine, why don't I wake up a different way and then jump off a building?
I mean, that would wake you up, I'm sure.
That's what I'm thinking.
I would jump off a building into a very deep body of water.
Okay. Did you know the people that like jump off the
You're
bridge?
not going to die. Like, why would you want to be in a deep water?
Pain because I can streamline and dive and not feel any pain if I'm not like hitting concrete.
Have you ever went diving off a high dive before?
Yeah.
And have you ever belly flopped?
No, because I'm not a fucking idiot.
Oh.
I guess you probably don't know this about me. I was on the swim team in high school.
What else were you in high school?
Track for one semester. That's about it.
No, you're not as cool as I thought. Anyways, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say like
art club.
Like for me, maybe like I don't know. I would like go like 200 miles an hour in my car or something, or like I don't know. Maybe get
now.
You could pick fights, with people that you can't win. Just like say whatever you want because like what's the worst if you get shot or something? You could go to the hood and just say like crazy stuff to people and not care about getting shot. You could like, I don't know. Speaking of the hood, there's a siren right now.
I just realized I live my life like I'm immortal because all those things that you just said, I have done in some form or fashion.
Okay. Well, you're just a badass, I guess.
Yeah. That's right.
What secret conspiracy theory, like out of any conspiracy that you can think of, do you think might be actually true?
You go first.
I think that Avril Lavigne might not actually be the real Avril Lavigne. I think she might have died and been replaced.
No way. That's a crazy one. That's awesome. I've never even heard that one.
I've been meaning to bring it up. I still need to do some research, but I'm going to go into it more later on another episode.
Okay. I was going to say you can go ahead and say whatever you want about it.
That's it for now.
Okay. Do you have any? We've got 9/11. We've got frogs turning gay. We've got...
No, I trust everything that our media tells us. No, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe like JFK is kind of suspicious. I think 9/11 was very suspicious. I think UFOs being covered up is very suspicious. And there's so much that is slowly being discovered about what the U.S. government has done since the beginning that really I don't know what to think and what not to think. So, to be honest, I don't care.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But the government did admit that there was aliens.
I was going to say that was crazy that
Finally.
they just came out and admitted it, and then like
no one cared.
Nobody's talking about.
They didn't say that
Because
there's aliens. They just said that there are unidentified flying objects
Yeah,
Is
but
that
like,
really what they
sky.
how
said?
do you not know what's up there though? You know, you're the government. Like,
Because they're unidentifiable.
Is
Because
that
they're
really-
moving so fast.
I didn't like see what actually like they said about it. Is that really what it was that they said?
they basically, they declassified some like different things about. Yeah, I don't know everything about
Project
it, but
Paperclip.
yeah.
I don't know. I think that they just did that like, you know, it was like during the pandemic, like when we were all in the depths of it and going crazy, and no one really cared about that because we were all kind of like.
I think they did too.
But how do we know that that wasn't just some sort of scheme to distract us from what else is really going on here in the Earth? You know what I mean? Like, hey, there's UFOs. Check that out.
It
Not
didn't
the fact
distract-
that we're just scheming so much money off of you every chance we get
Yeah, I don't
because you
know.
guys are idiots.
I feel like, I mean, like, sure, maybe, but I just kind of feel like at this point, everyone kind of knows not to trust anything anymore, you know? And so it's not like we're just taking everything for like what we're told,
Right.
you know? Like, just kind of as a whole.
I've just got a couple more for you, and then I'll let you guys get back to your regular stuff here. If you had an intro song that played every time you walked into a room, what would it be? Another siren, jeez. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but we had like 2 sirens blasting going by our house.
Stacey, you want to take the lead?
An intro song that plays every time you walk into a room.
Return of the Mac. I like that song.
Return of the Mac. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's new, Pussycat?
Okay.
That would be crazy.
Okay, you know, it's asking the question that's on my mind, so that makes sense.
I like it. If you could travel back in time to any point in history and check it out, what would it be?
All
Any
of them.
time.
I would go to every time.
No, you only get to pick one.
You have to pick one.
Your time machine works one time.
Yeah, but time doesn't run linearly, right?
So if you had to go back to any time period,
I don't know. I'll probably check out the Stone Age, see what's going on. You know, check if it really was us that made the stones.
I would think like I would do something like the 80s maybe.
Oh, yeah.
70s or 80s I think would be kind of fun to like.
That's so boring.
Go around
because
when all
it's
that music's
recorded.
coming out
Like,
and-
there's physical evidence.
I would go
so you
to-
could check it out now.
That's true. I would go to a concert though that I like can't go to anymore. Like some classic, like a Led
You
Zeppelin
could watch
concert.
it.
Yeah.
You can reenact it now. And the shit that's going on now is 20 times better than whatever it was in the 80s.
I don't
Like, if
know.
you, like, really think about this. If you could go anywhere in time, wouldn't you want to go somewhere where you couldn't have any sort of physical evidence that that stuff happened? Why
Yeah.
wouldn't you?
I just want to party.
Me too.
What about you, Stacey?
I guess like my original like instinct would be to go back to like, you know, maybe like the 1500s, like in Europe somewhere.
That'd be awesome too. Like medieval times.
Yeah,
See what that was all about.
that'd be
Like
really
you-
scary,
I'm
though.
assuming that like you don't die or whatever. You don't
Right.
get, like, yeah. And then one last one. If you had to change your name, what would your new name be? And not just Kay Banks, like a stage name. Like what would you actually change your first name to if you had to do it, or if you've ever thought of it? And that's my last question.
Sarcophaga linguini.
Did you just say some syllables?
Sarcophaga linguini. Like your first and last name? That's what
No, that's just my first name.
Okay.
For me, it'd be Jack.
Why?
I don't know. I had a dream one time that my name got changed to Jack.
And it felt right.
Well, in the dream, I got upset about it, but then I thought about it. I was like, that's kind of a cool name. I don't know that many people named Jack.
You do
weird.
kind of have like a Jack White thing going on.
Oh, Jack White and Jack Black, but Jack Black's not his real name, right?
Is it not?
I don't know.
I don't know.
So what would you do for your name?
Probably just like Julian Stark.
Julian?
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
I knew one Julian in high school. I don't think I've ever met another Julian. Very cool. All right. Appreciate your time. Those are my questions. So,
Okay.
All right. Thank you for listening to Where's My Hat podcast. You guys have a wonderful night and day.
I need a cigarette.